I spent 2 years investigating, preparing a piece on Trump and Russia, where I like went to the Ukraine. Like that horse left the barn a while ago.
What was
the
that
Chinese
like?
Can have what they want. They just get in fucking line. There's nothing in there anyway.
What was that like? You spent 2 years?
Yeah, I was trying to make. I wanted to after 2016, after Trump was elected. I did a. It didn't get made, but I did a lot of research into like the whole Russia story, and then wrote a script and sold it to Showtime. And at the last minute, they killed it when Showtime got bought by Viacom.
Damn.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
what was your take on that? Like, 'cause like I have the most cursory understanding of Trump and Ukraine and Russia and the Biden laptop and Burisma and all that shit. I'll watch a few YouTube commentators talking about it. I'll read a few articles in the Atlantic, and I don't know what's real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody really got it. Really got it right. I mean, it's kind of the problem with the media today. The narrative that started about collusion, that the left just like fucking doubled down on and tripled down on, was kind of not really right in the beginning. And then when the evidence didn't bear fruit to what they had been proposing, people said, well, then there's like nothing here. So it's a super complicated story, but it's not. It hasn't really been told. I mean, that's definitely for sure.
Why did they kill that? That seems like a fascinating take. I would love to see your take on it.
I think that they thought it was like probably bad business.
Why?
Well, I thought it would be cool to like, fuck with the sitting president on TV. I was like, television's never done this before. This can be like and they were like, yeah, that's not a smart idea.
Bad for regulation. Bad
just
for,
like you're a multinational company with business before the fucking government. Just no.
Have you thought about doing that independently?
Yeah, I mean, I should have done.
Right?
I should have done it independently. I should have done it independently.
Maybe it'd be good now because time has passed.
The thing is that every day something else crazier happens on that story,
right?
On the Trump story, like every week he's doing something else where you're just like, that's even fucking crazier than the shit I wrote down.
Right.
So it's hard to keep up with it. But Russia isn't going anywhere. Obviously, there people are starting to realize now some of the stuff that was even pretty obvious in 2016 about how much they're committed to like security and adventurism and like pushing out. That's not going to change anytime soon.
Adventurism?
It's just like I just mean like military, like trying to use their military to like get shit. It's like a historical term, but like it just that's what Putin has been. And I'm by no means like an expert, so I'm really talking out of my ass right now. But Putin has, what I understand is that Putin has like basically failed at a lot of other typical things that people do. Like Russia has not been able to build a technology sector. We don't have one. Like we're not driving Russian cars. We're not like Russian computers. They don't have like the energy sector is good, but they haven't really built. He hasn't really been able to build that much.
What do you attribute that to?
I don't think he's very good at it, but he's good at security. So he puts like a lot of energy into like military intelligence, like propaganda, security, fucking with other people's elections, which they are pretty good at.
Yeah,
like they definitely, they're really good at it. They kind of are the best in the world at it.
That's the most fascinating aspect.
I mean, they fucked with ours
yeah.
like pretty heavily, and especially on social media.
Yeah. What they do, and people are like, oh, they're in Trump's pocket. Well, this is what they do. They undermine democracy. They get people fighting.
Yeah.
And they consistently go into all of these places where people communicate and debate ideas, and they do it with bots.
Yeah.
And they make some points outrageous because they connect them to preposterous points. They do something where they undermine our trust, and that's the overall long game goal, is to undermine democracy. It's not simply to get a puppet in office. Like that was the simplistic version of what they're trying to do. But when we did a story, we covered a story recently where they found out that 19 of the top 20 Facebook Christian pages were run by troll farms in Russia, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. So
that's amazing.
They're just trying to get people radicalized and trying to get people to be polarized to the opposite side and trying to divide us as much as possible and undermine any faith that we might have in the way we have our elections and the way the government is run. It's like a consistent effort to undermine our faith in the way our democracy works.
Yeah, and they would argue that it's pretty easy to do because we're already at each other's throats.
And it's all accentuated by things like TikTok and Facebook and social media.